If you're thinking about running paid ads, stop. Because if you don't have a few key things in place, you're just lighting your money on fire. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly when you should start ads and, more importantly, what not to do. So this is a private lesson I gave to business owners across e-commerce, coaching, service-based businesses, and agencies, and you'll get to walk away with knowing the following. The three most important things you must have before spending even a dollar on ads, the biggest ad mistakes I see that kill campaigns on day one, and the exact structure that I use to launch profitable ad tests for myself and for all of my clients. I've managed millions, tens of millions in ad spend, and this is the game plan I wish someone gave me when I started, so I didn't have to spend it myself and figure this out. So watch this before you spend another dollar on paid ads. So without further ado, let's dive in. Well, but first, let me reintroduce myself for if there's anyone here that hasn't met me yet. Um, my name is Chris Herms. I'm 25 years old now, but I scaled my marketing agency to about $250,000 a month at 44% margins. When I was 23, here's a P&L to prove it too, if you don't believe me. Um, now I work with a lot of agencies, business owners, that sort of thing, and I run their marketing department. And just a little bit about my background. I started at 19 years old. I just wanted to learn how to market and run ads. I saw kids on YouTube killing it and like drop shipping and that sort of thing. So I decided to take a crack at it. I started 4 stores before I finally found one that hit it off. I was working at Walmart using my extra money on, or any money I had basically just on ads to basically test it. And that's how I learned. I didn't have a course or anything. I really just trial and error before I eventually hired my first one-on-one coach. From there, the store ended up going down in flames. I got the DCTA takedown notice, which is pretty much like the death of a drop shipping store in that space. And I had to get a job. I was a 20-year-old. I just moved out of my parents and bought a place, and I had no money now. I was I was house poor essentially with no store anymore. So hopped into real estate marketing, and I eventually was a digital marketing manager at a wholesale company, managing about 100K a month on ads. From there, I ended up just starting my own agency, now working a job, and yeah, grew that in the mortgage and financial spaces, vertical niche. We had over 100 active clients, 20 employees. It was a whole thing. I ended up exiting, selling my equity back to my partner because I did not want to run a whole business like that anymore. I really like helping others. I have a much leaner model now, and I really just offer the marketing leadership and what I'm best at versus managing a team all day. But yeah, that's basically just a little bit about me. You guys can obviously go through this if you really want to know more about me. But point of this call is to provide some value to you guys, right? So what I did and what I kind of want the point of this to be is, can you guys all see this? Cool, cool. So what I'm seeing on these calls, a lot of people aren't running ads right now, or they're not sure if they should, or they're uncertain of when to start running ads. So I want to answer that question for all you guys, because in some cases it's better to not run ads and focus on organic and outreach. There's a timing thing, and there's going to be check boxes that we want to check in order to run ads, but anyone can run ads. Service-based businesses, coaches, creators, consultants, e-com. Um, Basically, any industry can run ads. You just have to have a few things or a lot of things in check before you do so you don't just burn your cash. So why would you even run ads, right? Cold traffic is the reason, because you can only reach so many people with warm traffic from your content, from outreach. You're basically with ads, you're just paying to show your whatever it is, video, image, Google AdWord to people. And the platform is going to do the best they can to show the ad to those people. So we want to make really good ads that go after those types of people. That's my philosophy for running ads. But we want to reach cold traffic. So everything we do needs to be optimized for cold traffic. You might ask, what is cold traffic? Cold traffic is someone who doesn't know you, like you, has never heard of you, someone off the street. How can we turn someone off the street into a paying customer today? for your product or for your service? How do they see an ad for a teeth whitener today? Never seen this brand in my life. Click an ad here, and we'll go through this in a minute. Click an ad here and buy it, because that's what the goal of ads is. It's to get someone to convert on a sale, lead, or phone call. In like 99% of cases. Otherwise, you're burning money. So the other main reason you might want to run ads is because you want to break out of just doing content and relying on referrals. That's always the main reason everyone wants to run ads. They're sick of relying on referrals, and they want this system that's going to bring them, leads consistently. Well, that's what ads is. It's not a system you just touch and then it just goes on forever. You have to have someone constantly putting up new ads. You need to test different angles, offers, etc. So it is a machine, but it has to be maintained and improved upon, or else the machine will just get crushed. And when you go hard on content, it makes ads basically is like a like nitrous to that, like to the engine. It really, really helps because you have less cold and more warm. You just have more traffic overall. So it really, really helps if you're able to do that. And that helps you build that predictable leading customer acquisition. You're spending X amount of dollars and getting Y amount of dollars back. So, you spend $1,000 on ads, you're getting at least 1,000 in breaking even, or hopefully that's higher, like a 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000, and get a 10x ROI. It's possible. I've seen all those different numbers throughout my career. And it really just depends what phase of scaling you're in, what your goals are. But most of the time, your goal is going to be wanting to break even. And I'll dive into that later. But your goal basically in any ad campaign should be to break even to start. And we'll talk about that later. And you can just grow way faster. Because you're forcing people to see your ads. That's what it comes down to. Like content, you have to keep making it, and it's algorithm based. With paid ads, I could put a shitty ad up and spend $100,000 a day on it, and I'll be a household name pretty quickly. Even if it's a shitty ad, I'll be known for my shitty ad. So if you spend money, people are going to see your stuff, and you will be growing faster. Like you just will, as long as you have everything else set up that we talk about. The big caveat, but like this all sounds great, but ads are not a fix for a broken offer. They scale what's already working. Super important. People always try to come in with an offer that's not validated, or an offer that hasn't been validated with cold traffic specifically is usually the biggest problem I see. I see people that are able to sell to warm leads, referrals, their cousin, their aunt, their friend who wants to support their business, someone who said you did a good job. Those are easy closes, and those are awesome. That's part of running a business and being a good business owner. And you should have that traffic, but that's not marketing. That's just doing a good job and people coming back. That's just business, right? Um, so we need an offer specifically that converts to cold traffic. And I talked a little bit about this in my last call, but an offer is not just selling a service. Like an offer is not, I run Facebook ads for your business, or I produce content for your business, or I fix your car. I fix your car. That's all I do. We need an offer that really appeals, which is what we'll dive into here and what a good offer looks like.
Chris, real quick, just to sum up, bro. A good offer with poor ads can still produce, but a shitty offer, no matter what the ads are, is gonna suck.
Dude, a good offer, I could have a monkey run ads. Like I'm not even kidding. Like there are offers where I could literally there are good enough offers where you don't have to touch a thing. But what comes around rarely, and not so much the case nowadays. It's harder and harder with people coming out with crazier and crazier offers. But the point is, you want a good offer that works for cold traffic. No one is ever going to click an ad. If I ran an ad that said I run Facebook ads for businesses, that is so unspecific, and it's just I'm a commodity. There's hundreds of thousands of people that run Facebook ads for businesses. So that's why I might make an offer like I help agency owners above 30K scale their business by running their marketing team and increasing their revenue by 2x, guaranteed. That would be, that's basically like what my offer is for agency owners. And it's something very specific, calling out a specific subset of people, giving them a specific result and outcome. Literally what I just said, a proof of outcome or a validated offer, and then a proof outcome. But yeah, having an offer is super important, Kyle. Like it's the key to this. You can be the best, and that's the same thing. Like I could run someone's shitty offer, and it's not like you could give it to the best marketer and best media buyer in the world, and it's not gonna do anything. So the very first thing is offer. Like you can't scale a bad offer, but you can have a shitty marketer on a good offer and think you're doing marketing. So
Okay. Thank you for the distinction, bro.
Yeah, man. No, I like that question. That's definitely a great one. Yeah, but kind of like I was saying, three things you need before you run a validated offer, like what Kai was saying, it's super, super important. Basically means you've closed sales organically or via referrals. You have to start somewhere, right? Like you have to start with referrals and outreach and that sort of thing. So once you've closed sales there and you have a proof of your service or product, it makes more sense to spend your own money on blasting that service out to other people and showing them that you do it. And most importantly, then this is something that people get wrong so often is giving an offer that people actually want. Um, there's so many times that people are trying to like jam a square peg in a circle, like a circle, what you call it. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Like they're trying to make something work that can't work. Like you need to sell water to people that are thirsty. That's the same thing. Like we'll dive into this one, but we're not like we're selling this to people. Like there's a very specific like type of person that we're going after here. Okay. Um, you're not convincing them to care about this, right? Like we need that's what social proof and all this marketing comes in for. Um, like leads to someone is not like leads is a good basis for a good service, right? But you need if you have an offer around it, then it's good. Guaranteeing them some sort of closed business or appointment scheduled or live calls over a specific amount of time, versus trying to sell like I'm trying to say something that people don't want necessarily. Like I can't even think of something that people don't want. Like, I don't know, you're trying to sell like couches or yeah, you're trying to sell like office space to like virtual, like you're trying to convince virtual businesses to go into an office and sell office space. That would be hard because they're all virtual already for a reason. So like, why would you try to get them to go in person? And you've seen businesses like WeWork and stuff like that. I won't dive too much into that, but they kind of fell apart because everyone would rather work from home and they're trying to make something fit that doesn't work. And they have the best marketing, millions, maybe even billions of dollars behind them, and they still couldn't make it work. It went bankrupt. So that's just what happens when you scale a bad offer. You go bankrupt. So don't do that. Next big thing, proof of outcome. You need testimonials, people using your product, people loving your product and service. And if you don't, you need to get some. Like you don't deserve to be advertising if you don't have this stuff. Like if you've never had somebody use your product or service and like it, you should not be advertising it. Like your very first step before anything is to get a workable product service, an MVP they call it in SaaS, a minimum viable product. That doesn't mean it needs to. That doesn't mean it's shit by saying minimal. It just means it needs to work and be like what you sell. So do this first. Always get testimonials, reviews. And the more of this, the better. That sounds obvious, but I have to like say it because there's so many cold funnels I'll see or landing pages where like or someone will cold email me like and say like, oh, let me do your YouTube, or they'll have some offer and I'll go to their website and maybe one, they don't even have a website or they don't have a landing page or anything, and then they have no results on it. It's just like there's like, are you a scammer? Like why don't you have results on there? And that's how people think now, 2025. Like you are a scammer unless you can prove otherwise. So this is how you prove otherwise. Like why don't you? Yeah, so get this stuff. Go out of your way. This should be your mission before you run ads or try to sell this to people. You need results. Yeah, do everything in your power to get it. Give free stuff to people. There's so many things you can do to get testimonials, reviews, demo screenshots, UGs. Like, there's so many ways to do it. If you need help, message me. But that should be like your number one thing besides marketing, sales, anything, like making sure you have a legitimate service or product, or else just don't advertise. It doesn't make any sense. Cool. So then a simple funnel. Some people try to overcomplicate stuff from the start, but if you're doing a service-based business, add landing page and then just a lead form. It is good, and I can dive in. I've showed on a few calls what that might look like, but I can dive in further. Um, but it's really just showing an ad of what your service is, calling out the right person, sending them to your landing page, a very simple landing page of your offer, your unique mechanism and what the actual offer is, and then a call to action to get them to fill out a lead or book a call. It's going to be very similar for this. We can definitely dive in deeper for anyone that wants to see it. But ecom, it's going to be an ad for a singular product or like a singular. You don't want to just advertise like your whole product line and send them to your whole product line on your homepage. You want to advertise a specific product and send them to a specific product page for that product. You can do bundles, like if you do an ad for a bundle and then you send them to a bundle page, that's fine. And that's like 100% what these guys are doing, right? Snow Teeth Whitening is one of the biggest like ecom companies on the planet. They're huge. I don't know how much they spend on ads, but they spend a lot. They're running 83 active ads right now, a mix of all the stuff, UGCs, images. These are good ads. If anyone's in ecom, I had a few people last class me what good ecom ads look like. Ridge Wallet is another good one. But these guys work with bad marketing too. I know they do a lot of their creatives. Let me show you a cheaper. They're good. Like they have lots and lots of them. These guys are printing because they have a good product and they have a long lifetime value because people reorder this. They sell, this is I think for like a toothbrush or see they give you like free stuff on top of it, but this is what a good landing page would look like in e-commerce. Theirs is a pretty busy landing page, and they can get away with that because they drive so much traffic, and they have the brand to back it up. Um, but yeah, theirs is pretty good. This is something I would model if I was running e-commerce today. They have it set to subscribe and save. They have a very enticing call to action with the free trial. The benefit right here, try it free. There's a lot of good things about this landing page. Like this is a case study right here. If you want to know how to run a good e-com landing page. Cool. So at least to start, I mean, no long video sales letters, upsell ladders, nurture, like just we don't need to do the crazy stuff until you have a basic funnel converting and an ad converting. And VSLs work. That's not what I'm saying. VSLs work excellent. A ton of offers I run use VSLs, but I'm just talking the basics here for most of you guys from what I've seen. Cool. So you realize you have a validated offer and all that stuff I just said that we just talked about, an offer, you have testimonials, proof, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you made organic sales, proof it works, and you're not necessarily plateaued. It's ideal that you're making money, but it's okay if you've plateaued, like if you're stuck at 15K or 20K a month or whatever it is. Um, that's normal. That's usually when people start running ads, actually. It makes more sense because they're bringing in a profit. Hopefully you're making a decent profit there. And you can take that profit and instead of, buying yourself a Rolex or buying, giving it to yourself, invest back into the business and put it directly into paid ads is the best way to grow a business. Once you're at that, it depends what business, but I'd say 20K, 30K a month mark. Um, Around there. It just depends how profitable you are. People at 10K can if they're like all profit. It just depends. Um, and you can any of you guys can message me about that if you like are very curious about your specific situation, or we can address that on this call as well. But yeah, usually people want to scale, and it's the fastest way to do it. It just is because you can throw money at it. It's the most expensive way, but it's the fastest. And then, yeah, you can also send traffic to a simple page that converts. You need a landing page that converts, a funnel that converts cold traffic. Again, you need an ad that converts cold traffic. You need an offer that converts cold traffic, and you need a funnel that converts cold traffic. Cold traffic, not referrals. Like I said, anybody can convert referrals because they already know, like, and trust you. but we're trying to get a larger TAM, total addressable market, by going after people that don't like, know, and trust you, because there's a hell of a lot more than those than people that know, like, and trust you. Otherwise, we'd all be billionaires here. So 3 pillars of ad success. And don't worry, guys, I'll send this presentation to you afterwards so you can have this just as, I don't know, if you're setting up ads or whatever, cool little doc. But 3 pillars of ad success. Targeting. People are going to tell you differently. Like, this isn't a make it or break it. The make it or break it is the first, like, 20 minutes of this call that I went over. That's the make it or break it stuff. If you take nothing else from this call, take the last 20 minutes. But this is more for when you're actually going to run the ad itself on the tactical side. So targeting, I like to do broad targeting. I don't do any interest pretty much ever anymore. I used to in ecom 5 years ago. People will tell you different, but my philosophy is that we want the largest audience possible to allow Facebook to target, and Facebook's targeting is so good nowadays. It knows, like, if you're looking at teeth whitening or you're in a space for that. So I don't want to manually decrease that size by just putting people in the teeth column or this, that. Then we're making our TAM, our total addressable market, super small when it could be big. So instead of me manually doing the targeting in Facebook, the interest-based targeting, I'm going to instead make my creative calling out that audience, making the creative and copy just bulletproof to make sure it goes to someone who wants to, like for example, I guarantee you, hold on, we have some, I was just looking at the chat. I thought we had some questions. But yeah, brighter teeth in seconds, no peroxide needed. Dentists hate this purple powder. It's just going after people. It's literally, instead of them setting a dentist target or I don't know, just trying to like hack the system, I guarantee you they're going all broad because they're spending so much, 18 to 65 plus, and then they're just making really good ads in a lot of different variations that are calling out different ad angles. They're doing, dentists hate this. Powerful, portable, proven. Whitening that works anywhere. Brighter teeth in seconds. Dentists hate this. 200 lucky customers get to try this. Big news. Like, these are awesome. This is why bad marketing is really good. I bet they're writing these ads for them. But yeah, so I don't worry too much about the targeting. It's one less thing to worry about, and Facebook's gotten so good at it. Every campaign I'm running, and I'm managing between me and my clients like around about $4 million a month in Facebook ad spend alone, and we're doing all broad targeting. So something to think about. I would focus on the creative. If something's not working, it's the creative, not the interest-based targeting. And I'll beat that over the head of anyone. But some people might disagree, but it's really hard. Like, I'm doing all broad on everything, and it's working really well. Again, though, having the offer locked in and all that other stuff we talked about is going to be much more important than your targeting. Okay, but that's just my philosophy here. Cool. Creatives, so scroll stopping content, speaks to pain or desire. This is 90% of what makes an ad actually work. Like, the creative, the image or video needs to be good. Okay, let me show you what a good ad looks like. UGC.
So I've been doing this exact morning routine for the past 2 weeks, and it turned my teeth from this to this. Literally all I've been doing is brush my teeth like normal, but adding this purple magic powder on top. First of all, I've tried Snow's original magic powder, and that works 10 out of 10. But they just came out with the purple with xylitol and hydroxyapatite, which are both great for regrowing your enamel, reversing cavities, stopping tooth sensitivity, and making your teeth super white. And because it's purple, it is color correcting. Because purple can't sell yellow, and they're optic color when a color wheel, it makes your teeth extremely, extremely white. I've never tried something this revolutionary before. So if you brush your teeth twice a day, your teeth are still not as white as you want them, or you just drink coffee every day and you need to refresh your teeth, I'll leave a link for the one that I just got to this video somewhere down below. Go get this stuff. This is crazy.
Cool. So that's like a good UGC one. You can see they have 83. They're not just testing one creative and calling it a day. They're spending probably $100,000 a day plus. And hold on, I would love to sit through this, but I have a meeting at 2:30. Okay. Offer. Yeah, Anthony, we got a dip. You could ask something right now, real quick.
No, we're good. That was Kadir.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Anthony. My bad. All right. all good. And then offer, I've drilled this over. Needs to be outcome focused, clear, simple, maybe guaranteed. But you can see like they don't just say like we sell teeth whitening. Like so they have an offer for it. Free 21-day trial to enjoy a whiter smile in just 2 minutes a day. That's an offer. They didn't just put get your teeth whitening service or toothbrush here or whatever. You know, they put the actual offer of what the product is doing and the end result for them that they're getting. That's really what it comes down to. End result. So yeah, offer examples. If you're a service-based business, we'll get you 20 new clients in 45 days, or we work for free. This one, I know we had. Is he here today? Our boy with the automotive shop. But yeah, get crystal clean in 5 minutes. Foam gun hooks to any hose. I know he was selling like a foam gun hose to clean cars, so this one would be a good one for him. And then yeah, creative formats that work, images, UGCs, testimonials, demos, transformation clips. Dude, just go to here. Like they're running. This is the guide on how to run successful ads for an e-commerce brand or like any brand. They have a mix of images, videos, UGC, before and afters, about the product, all this different stuff, and they're always testing new stuff. Cool. Mistakes to avoid. Usually, you don't want to run ads before your first organic sales. You don't just want to test one creative and give up. As you can see, they're running 83 different creatives. Okay. You should be coming to the table, all of you guys, when you guys are running ads, at least like 6 to 10 creatives, at least that are different. Okay. Even if you're spending like $30 a day, you're gonna want, unless you have a winner just straight off the bat, but it's highly unlikely you are spending 30, $50 a day off of one creative. It's just, you know, you'll get destroyed by these guys spending $100,000 a day on 83 creatives. So that's just what I would do there. Testing creatives is the most important thing you can do. And then yeah, overcomplicating funnels and targeting, just keep it simple and focus on the creative. Just keep it broad, 1865 plus, unless you have a specific, like you have to change the age or you absolutely have to change something. And then yeah, expecting a profit day one. Yeah, dude, ads are an investment. Your goal should be to break even. Pretty much in every single vertical would be my suggestion when you're starting out. If you can break even, that means you're acquiring customers for free. Would you take 100 customers for free? I sure would, because then your lifetime value, you'll get anything you make after that initial purchase is just profit, pure profit, whether you're service business or e-commerce. So that's why you have to focus on your product first and having a good lifetime value and making sure people keep buying from you. Because people just buy once and leave, it's going to be very hard to have a sustainable business. It just is, especially with ads. So who this applies to: e-commerce, sold via content and all that kind of cool stuff, or just organic, friends, family, referrals, people going to your site. Maybe you have third party you've sold through, like what's that clothes one called? I have a buddy that sells like vintage clothes through like a third party. I don't know. There's all those sorts of, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Coaches, consultants, agencies, course creators. Yeah, if you're booking calls organically and you want predictability, you can definitely do paid ads. And then any service-based business in the entire world, basically. So applies to a lot of businesses. Yeah, first ad campaign starter pack. You got to choose your platform. I always like Facebook, unless it's something urgent, like you know, like your pipe burst or your toilet blew up or your AC's down. Then a lot of times people will be searching on Google. So you just have to know where your audience is. Are they on Facebook scrolling and you want to disrupt them and get their attention for something like this? Or is it on Google for someone who just, you know, searching that their AC is broken and they need AC tonight, or else, you know, it's going to be bad. Like someone's not going to wait around on Facebook for that. Your objective, which is always going to be like a lead or a call for services or an appointment, and then purchase for ecom. Nothing else. You're never going to do a traffic ad. You're never going to do link clicks. You're never going to do any of that other garbage. Either doing leads or sales. Okay. Structure, I talked about a little bit last time. Again, don't overcomplicate this. It's all about the creative. 3 ad sets, 2 angles, two formats. So I like to do 3 ad sets and then, three creatives in an ad set, 2 primary text and 2 headlines. And then, yeah, I would do as many, whatever ad sets your budget permits. So usually it's like 2 or 3 if you're spending 50 to 100 bucks a day. So that way you'd be testing 9 ads, 3 ads each ad set. Okay. Budget 30 to 100 bucks a day to start is usually good. For service-based businesses, I like having 200 bucks a day if you're selling something high ticket, but I wouldn't start with less than 30 bucks a day in anything. Like right now, it's pretty low. Like honestly, 50 is usually where you want to be at to get any sort of return. Again, it depends on your product, service, and your goals, but just ask me. I would definitely have this budgeted though, or else if that makes you like extremely nervous, then don't run ads yet. Okay, that would like do not run ads if you're not comfortable spending 30 to 100 bucks a day in your business yet. Cool. Yeah, and then creative, simple hook, offer, call to action. We'll talk about more about creatives and all that cool stuff in some other calls, but because that'll be a whole thing. Making a really good creative will be a whole other thing. But yeah, tools to increase your lead quality. For service-based businesses, Hayflow and Typeform. If you want better quality leads, you can do SMS verification to make them like put in a code. That works pretty well if you're getting worse quality leads. There's a million things we can do, and this is something I can dive into for a long time with you guys if there's issues here getting better lead quality. That could be a whole another call itself too. E-commerce review apps like Luke's. I don't know what this one is, but Luke's I used to use. You can upload reviews pretty easily, and they'll automate it so it'll ask your clients who bought from you for reviews. So that definitely helps a lot, and it just looks really nice. Like I don't know if these guys use it. They're such a big brand, so they're using like actual. This is even better, right? But a lot of brands will have like Luke's, which is like just reviews. It's a Shopify extension. And then one-click upsells, Zipify, Reconvert. For you e-commerce guys, you definitely want upsells. Let me see if I can get it. I'd probably have to put all this in and stuff. But yeah, usually after like they're upselling you on something. Like when I had my eyebrow trimmer store, I sold eyebrow trimmers for $20, and my average order value was 20 bucks, which is pretty low. And I needed to get that up to like 30 or 40. So I sold replacement blades as well, and it would prompt them to buy replacement blades 2 for 1 after like right as they purchased. So our average order value increased from 20 to 35 bucks, all because of that, adding the replacement blades, which cost like 50 cents, So there's lots of things you can do for upsells on e-commerce. That's something I can talk to e-commerce guys about more. Just shoot me a message. But yeah, final word. I know I'm not trying to go the whole hour again. I want to hit your guys' questions. But my final thoughts here, and for running ads, if you don't know if you're ready to. Ads work really well, man. It can 10x, 20x, 50x, like legitimately, like if something's already working, they can, I've seen them just blow up businesses overnight. That's how I grew my agency so fast. We ran B2B ads and we scaled that up with a sales team selling a high ticket service. So ads just did really well for us. And they legitimately can scale you up, but it can also send you in the hole if you don't know what you're doing. So 0x, or honestly, it should be a negative money sign if you have a bad foundation. Ads can never fix a broken offer. Ads are a multiplier of what's already working or what's already a strength or a weakness in your business. Weaknesses will be multiplied, strengths will be multiplied. Okay.
Awesome. That about wraps up everything in this video on how to run ads profitably if you're starting out or you don't want to waste any more money on ad spend. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe if you got any value from the video. And if you're a business owner or a marketing agency owner doing more than 20K, 25K a month, and you're ready to scale with paid ads and reliable client acquisition systems, book a call using the link below. You get a one-on-one personalized free client acquisition audit with me personally. I am a fractional CMO for about 5 to 7 of the biggest brands in the info and agency space. So
I am able to accept a couple more clients this quarter. So if you are interested in working one-on-one with me and me running all of your marketing, damn, my dog's crazy right there. If you're serious about actually growing your agency, right, and actually scaling to the next level with a true expert, yeah, book the link down below. Free acquisition call with me. You got nothing to lose. So appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the inside. Peace out, guys.